There is a solid scientific reason why professional chefs use katsuobushi in ramen. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bonito, enriching your table with the power of umami. Do you love ramen? Here's a surprise. Many famous Tonkotsu Ramen shops use katsuobushi in their soup. Today, I'll show you why katsuobushi and bone broth are a perfect match, using simple science and Japanese craftsmanship. This video offers deep, practical insights that will benefit professional ramen chefs, Japanese cuisine professionals, home cooks who want to master their craft. I hope you'll watch all the way to the end. Now, let's get started. Part 1. Why Katsubushi's umami innocent pairs perfectly with ramen. First, let's look at why Katsuobushi works so well with ramen. From a scientific point of view, ramen noodles are made from wheat flour. Wheat naturally contains high levels of glutamate, one of the key umami components. Katsuobushi is rich in inosmate. Inosmate is the umami compound found in meat and fish. Katsuobushi is one of the richest natural sources of inosmate. The umami synergy effect, when glutamate and inosmate combine, the umami flavor increases dramatically more than double. This is the same principle behind combining kombu and katsuobushi to make dashi. In other words, noodles times katsuobushi times ramen broth equals the ultimate umami structure. There is a solid scientific reason why professional chefs use katsuobushi in ramen. Part 2. Katsuobushi, the star of seafood ramen. In many Japanese seafood ramen styles, katsuobushi often plays a leading role. Mackerel flakes and dried sardines tend to make soups cloudy. These ingredients create strong broth, but their higher fat content can cloud the soup and make flavors too heavy. Katsuobushi offers balance and elegance. That's why katsuobushi is often used as the main flavor, while mackerel or sardines are added only to adjust balance. Even instant ramen frequently used katsuobushi extract or bonito powder in the ingredient. In other words, both professionals and home cooks rely on katsuobushi. Part 3. Best ways to use katsuobushi for different ramen broths. Ramen broth generally falls into three main types: chicken broth, tonkotsu pork broth, seafood broth. The best way to use katsuobushi depends on its form and thickness. Understanding this brings your cooking to a professional level. Chicken broth. Use thick-cut bonito flakes. For chicken-based soup, thick-cut katsuobushi works best. It withstands long simmering. It releases strong umami without falling apart. Glutamate times inosmate creates deep flavor. Place all ingredients in a pot with 2 liters of water. Heat while removing scum. Once simmering gently, and thick-cut bonito flakes. Simmer for 30 to 40 minutes and let cool naturally. This produces an exceptional chicken broth. Tonkotsu broth add hanakatsu for aroma. Tonkotsu broth already contains plenty of inosmate, so there's no need to simmer bonito flakes in it. The best method is to place hanakatsu, thin bonito flakes, on top just before serving. The aroma layers beautifully over pork richness. Residual heat melts umami into the soup. The result makes you want to drink every last drop. Seafood broth. Add bonito powder to the end. Seafood broths often contain many umami sources: katsuobushi, mackerel flakes, sardines, kombu, dried shiitake, and more. Here, bonito powder works best. It restores the aroma after drying long cooking. Smoky and roasted fish notice returns to the soup. This is the same principle behind the fish powder often added to dipping noodles. Today's key points. Katsuobushi and ramen are scientifically perfect partners. Using the right form of Bonito flakes for each soup creates professional flavor. These techniques are easy to apply even at home. And remember, Katsuobushi has long supported Japan's food culture known for promoting health and longevity. Whether you're a professional chef or a passionate home cook, I hope you'll start using the power of Katsuobushi in your cooking today. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope this video gave you new inspiration in your cooking journey. Please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Have a flavorful day.